Okay, hey guys, welcome back to the episode of Fangirlz Assemble. Our guest from last week is joining us again. It's gracing us with his presence.
That's right.
Steven. Yeah,
Here.
we are pointing
I
one
always
way or another.
I'm here.
It's all inverted and it makes me it
I
confuses
always
me.
get confused. Yeah.
Yeah, back when we were on Google Hangouts, this was a lot easier. And then we came to
Oh,
StreamYard
yeah.
and we're like, we don't know.
Yeah. Like, how does this happen?
Yeah. But welcome back, everyone. Happy to see you all. Steven looks a little frozen.
I was
Welcome
wondering.
back.
Oh,
But he looks very excited.
yeah, he
So,
does.
Oh, I might have just been very excited.
There you
go.
are. There you are.
Um, and of course, before we even get into talking about Black Hammer, which is one that Kristan's been talking about forever, we have to talk about our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your books up to 50% off, and if you spend at least $50, you get free shipping in the U.S., which is dope as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And Emily runs it, and she's dope as hell.
Mhm.
And you guys know your books arrive in pristine condition. And I'm sure that we're going to break the website again on Tuesday when all
Yeah.
those omnibuses drop. And it's, I cannot spend money because I dropped nearly 300 on that Eiyuden Chronicle Kickstarter. So,
Guys,
can't.
I can relate to that kind of, as that I've been kickstarting too much lately, but I still have to get the Wolverine Omnibus on Tuesday. So,
What are you gonna do?
what am I going to do? Just,
You got to get them all.
I have to.
Yeah, I had to stop because that money just came out of my account for Eiyuden Chronicle because we got fully funded.
Nice.
All the tiers, completely funded. I watched the live stream. Everybody kept holding up their cats.
Oh,
They all kept holding up their cats. It was great.
I should have watched that live stream.
It was wonderful. And so I had to. And it was like, we need, if you can give us $7 more, you can get this other game that you just built a town. And I was like, take my
Yeah.
money.
You have to.
Here's $7 more.
Yeah.
Here's $10 to put hero next to my name in the credits.
Oh, beautiful. That's awesome.
Here, just have it. All my money. I would have spent more, but I had to chill somewhere. I almost bought a thing of recipes. It would cost me $100 more to do that. I was like, no, Maddie, quit it.
Like,
But anyways,
in-game recipes?
yeah.
Or like they would mail you some recipes?
No. So you get some recipes that are like of the things in the game,
Got it.
which is, someone's gonna release that later. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's not comic book related. That's just my hyper fixation from the weekend. So it's stock trades. Goes by from there. So today we're talking. It's been a late day, Steven.
Right.
My meds
It's
was
been a
worn off
day.
a long time ago.
Who you
This is
telling?
raw ADHD right here.
This is supposed to be like time release. Mm-mm. It all releases at like 7 a.m. when I take it.
So Black Hammer, you guys.
Yeah.
Library
Right.
Edition Volume 1 is what we read. I
Oh.
wanted to keep reading and I stopped myself because that's all in Comixology Unlimited.
So
You
First
need to
thing
buy
first.
this beautiful library edition now,
I
Maddie.
really need to.
It's thick. It's chonky. It's very nice. And the page, it's a beautiful Dark Horse library edition. Also feels great. It's very
Yes.
soft.
I'm
this is
going
my
to.
favorite in the whole collection. My favorite feeling book.
Oh, yes.
Like I just love it.
It's very Harrow County in the feel. It's very soft
Yeah.
like that.
That's
yeah.
how it looks. I can get that
Yeah.
feel from here.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has a lot of
I
great
loved
extras
it.
in the back.
I've
Yeah.
gotta. And this one has an issue in it that the trade paperbacks don't have, right? So I didn't
Yeah.
read whatever that was.
So there was
like
a
12 or something.
So there's like a separate trade that came out called like something Spiral. I can't remember exactly what the trade was, but it's almost like backstories and like one extra issue. So like technically it's not part of like the main 24 issues or whatever. I think it's 24, right, of the series. 12 and 12
I think.
for Age of Doom and the regular. Yeah, so it's not technically part of that. It's just like kind of added on, which I think was his first like foray into the fact that this world is gonna explode into a million different series, in the best way. But yeah, so you liked it?
I love it. Oh, are we placing bets on the one Mad Box book? I should not. And Jessica has told me that our library, mine and Jessica's, has curbside pickup, so I can pick it up.
Beautiful.
Jessica, be my friend in real life. It's just every
Or-
show Jessica's here, and I'm like, be my friend.
It might be on in stock right now for
I'm sure it is.
for a good. Because what's cover on this? Like $50, which is such a deal for like
yeah,
a book
it is
this
a
I
huge.
can't.
Like,
I
Yeah,
cannot.
I'm not. I 100% go to your local library. I recently went to mine as well. So we're doing the same deal.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm always
Yeah.
getting books from the library.
Yeah. Check all the trades out, and then once you can get the libraries, upgrade.
Once my wallet recovers
Yeah.
from this Kickstarter I did, I'll be fine.
it's also on Hoopla if you have Hoopla.
We do not.
Oh, well, we've talked about
Neither
that.
does Jessica.
Yeah.
I just realized there's been over 100 episodes of Fangirlz. Well, yeah. Isn't that
crazy.
That's so
It's so weird. See, after we hit 100, Maddie and I say the same thing at the same time.
And I've been on like 97 of them.
Just now, you got to make it to 100.
Just because one day when the world's been falling apart, friendship awaits.
It's fair.
That means the world to me.
That's fun.
Freddie, quit it. Next Tuesday's Legend of Korra Ruins of the Empire Limited Edition. And Black Hammer is a good card.
Yeah, that sounds like a good card.
Very good.
Yeah,
card.
luckily everybody else in the chat is also going to be out of money on Tuesday, so they get it.
Oh gosh,
I didn't
guys.
even know that the Legends of Korra thing. God damn it.
Don't even get into it. It's just,
No, well, I love her.
I know.
And do you know that? Have we talked about that?
What?
That I'm friends with Janet Varney?
No.
Korra?
No,
Yeah,
I
her
didn't see
voice.
that.
No, she's one of our friends.
Oh, that's so
That's
cool.
so weird. I was just like, oh, do we not?
I
do you
love
not?
Korra because
She's
muscles.
so good.
But Kristan hasn't gotten there yet, so.
Oh, yeah, no, she's
I'm
the
a
worst.
noob.
Don't.
Oh.
No, I don't know. I just went with the opposite of my thoughts.
Nice.
So this book,
Yes, Black Hammer.
Black Hammer, Jeff Lemire.
Is this where Kristen and I get into a fight?
What?
Why would
Like
you get
a
a fight?
like a physical altercation on the
Why?
internet? Because I'm gonna say like the worst thing you can say as a Jeff Lemire fan I've learned, which is I know Essex County, and I know Sweet Tooth, but this is his best work. Period. This
We're
is
not gonna
his
fight.
masterpiece. And I said that somewhere, and somebody was like, "The fuck?" And I was like, "I'm sorry." I just
No, we're not going to fight. Here's the deal. I got this tattoo before this came out. No, Essex County is still my favorite. But
no,
I
it's
think I have to
fantastic.
say that. Because I'm branded. But Black Hammer's amazing. Maddie, you're going to love all the spinoffs.
Oh my gosh.
That's a thing. They're all
I'm
so good.
excited. I loved all of this, and like, it's honestly pretty like everything that's happening. There isn't much a lot of times, which I like. It feels almost like slice of life, but just
Yeah.
traumatic.
Well, and you and I talk about that all the time, right? We want our superheroes. We just want a whole series of superheroes like grocery shopping. Like we
Yeah.
care about that mundane stuff, and they're stuck on this farm, right? Let's talk about everyone probably has read it, but if you haven't, you got some superheroes. They've been stuck on this farm. They don't know where they're at. It's been like 10 years. They were like in this big battle, and they just suddenly got stuck on this farm. So they're having to live like this small town farm life suddenly and trying to fit in with like the locals who appear to be normal people and think they're in a regular town, but is it a regular town?
Yeah,
There's a
because they
lot of stuff
literally
going on.
can't leave. The superheroes in this town, maybe other people in the town can leave, but they literally can't. So for 10 years, these people who had different lives in a city are just stuck. And they don't do superpower things. They just have to live there. It's just
So-
rough.
Sir, my dog agrees. He's giving input. So I'm trying to remember because I've read this a bajillion times, but I didn't get through this reread again all the way because I didn't get to start it till today. And I'm not like Maddie. I can't read everything in like an hour.
I'm not like that either.
Yeah, right. I have to sit with the material.
Maddie's amazing at it. I cannot do it.
I did
I
do.
wish I
I,
could.
I gave this time because I want to enjoy it. So I did guided reading on Comixology. I just took a nice
Nice.
break.
It's
It was great.
so good. But this, I want to be vague in case people haven't read it. This ends with I am Black Hammer, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't know much about the mystery at this point in the story, right?
Mm-mm.
I can never remember if it's at the end of the original arc or at the end of Age of Doom that you kind of really pick up on what's going on. Okay.
I mean, I'm going to read ahead
Good to
till
know.
tomorrow. But I was like, stop here for the show. But I want to.
Well, and the good news is the second library edition comes out soon. So once you have money again,
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
that one and the World of, which is all the spinoffs. So you can have throw the 3 in your cart, Maddie, when you have money.
I'm going to because I love
Get
Lego
'em.
editions, and I love this.
Beautiful.
Like I love retelling of like, because these are all basically parodies of existing superheroes, DC in particular. You've got Mark Marks, who's John Johns, literally just from Mars. He can shapeshift. He's just red. And you've got, oh gosh, Abe.
Golden
what's his-
Gale?
Yeah, Golden Gale, who's Shazam.
Shazam, yeah.
But hers is really interesting because her power, every time she transforms, she's that age she first started, which I thought was wonderful. So she's continued to age, but every time she transforms and she's like, whatever she says, she is the young child again. And now she's stuck that way.
Right.
Which is, oh my god.
She hates it.
Yeah.
Such a good
She's
dynamic,
like a 9-year-old, right?
Yeah,
I think
she's
she's like 9, and she'll be smoking and drinking, and people in the town are like, "What's happening?"
Oh my god, Lee, this is your shit. This is totally your kind of shit. I know we've talked Irredeemable to death. I know we've talked all about other stuff. Black Hammer is fucking it, my dude. It is so good. Oh my god. And Mark Marks is can we spoilers though? Mark Marks is gay. And so not only he has this power where he's like John Johns where he can shapeshift, right? And he's like, well, I can just shapeshift to fit the situation and like, just be what I need to be for the room. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't work like that when you're gay. And so that's his like real part of himself he's had to deal with. Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah, well, all the stuff like in his origin story. Oh no, I froze.
Oh, you're good.
Am I back?
Yeah.
You're back. You're good.
Okay. Yay. All the stuff in his origin story is like super good. Like Jeff Lemire, thank you for like him feeling like a monster has nothing to do with how he appears or the fact that he's from Mars. The thing that makes him feel like a monster is that he's gay. And I think that the way that he wrote that, because by all things I know about Jeff Lemire, he's a straight white man. So I was like, all right, wow, like get it. Because the way he wrote it was super like, it hit close to home. Yeah, that is really, really cool.
And we've got the Adam Strange ripoff, who is not Adam Strange. And he's very interesting. This felt very like, almost like Umbrella Academy, this kind of character did, because he's just kind of, he's not right in his mind, and he exists in this other universe too, and he can see the past, the present, the future in a weird way. And so he's really interesting to navigate through. And you've got his robot,
Talkie-walkie.
And
She's great.
you've got is she called Madame Dragonfly, or did I imagine that's how it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's like, I guess almost like an enchantress type of deal. Yeah. And she has a Swamp Thing boyfriend.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, and Jessica. John's with that pink kryptonite for the win. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I can't think of like what is the word I'm trying to say for her. Like they all have somebody who they kind of mirror within like specifically the DC universe for the most part. Like Black Hammer is Green Lantern. I mean like Black Hammer's whole backstory.
He's like that, but he's also like Thor, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's fair.
a combination of the two.
Yeah. And all this stuff with, yeah, that's true. Oh, now I'm like, oh man, I keep thinking of him as Green Lantern the whole time.
Lee, you've got to read this book. Jessica said that she saw her as a Xanadu type.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, magic. Is it not Zatanna though? Like at all.
But as a DC fan, I loved this. Oh my god.
It's just a love letter, like to golden age DC comics. It feels like as I was reading it, I was like, this is just all the way down to like the style he writes in when he's writing their origin stories being a very 1950s style of comics writing, very exposition heavy thought and like things like that. And you don't see that in his other writing at all. That I can think of at least. Like I can't name you another title that he's written where he's actually doing thought bubbles instead of just speaking, but like you know, so for him to do that, I think he really has like an affection for that source material.
Man, so good. But every Lemire thing I read, as I keep going, I've yet to be disappointed. Every time, and I love the art style in this. I think that kind of raw art style fits his writing, because it also feels like a more developed version of his art style. You know, like of like Jeff's. But I love this. You guys have any like favorite moments from the first library edition? Or
I think everything that was going on with Barbalian, especially toward when he started going to church and that whole thing, I loved seeing that develop. I'm being careful because it's like we're all just like, it's so good, it's so good, but I want people to like read this.
Yeah.
If they haven't already, it's just because it's so great. But yeah, that whole storyline and how that developed, his whole arc, like we've already said, is just amazing. He's a great character,
especially back to back with Gale's too.
Yeah, and hers is just like heartbreaking and kind
so
of
sad.
And everything when you get a little bit of a reveal toward the end with like the mystery and certain characters within that, it's just so well done.
Yeah,
and like you know, she reminds me of the Kirsten Dunst's character in Interview with the Vampire, because she's she's much older than she looks, and she's not aging, and nothing's going to change for her. She was an adult woman. She had retired from the superhero life. She had fallen for someone. Things were going well for her, and now she's stuck as this kid again. That's never going to age. No one's ever going to take her seriously, and she's got to pretend. Like, oh, it's just so heartbreaking. And then she's so alone, and follows people that literally cannot fall for her back. And it's just so rough.
That line is like a gut punch of, but you're a child.
Yeah.
And it's it's one of those like, but I'm not. It's oof. And you know, every time I reread it, I find something else that like reading straight through the mainline series like has now again revealed, like going back. And even though I know the whole plot, like every time I find even like a little line that I'm like, oh shit, like that's why you wrote it that way. And that's why Jeff Lemire is the best writer in comics right now.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it, but
can we have a TV show, please? Like, I'm glad we got The Boys. I'm enjoying the TV show The Boys a lot. I don't enjoy where it came from, but I enjoy The Boys right now. But man, I want this. This is so compelling. It's so interesting. I think with the success of like Umbrella Academy, I think something like this would really work. When those things are done, please do Black Hammer.
I would love that. Like, I want to see a Netflix show, like a show that really takes its time with development, focus on even scenes like, because you said best moments, and the first thing that comes out is like all of issue 4 or 5, like the Abraham Slam backstory. When they get to that conversation though, where they're all in the kitchen and they kind of flash back, and seeing that dynamic of like Gale walking out and calling her like, what does she call her? Titty Tammy. And then like Barbalian kind of like playing on it with him, and he's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, I'm sorry, it nipped out. I mean slipped out. Like that whole like fun dynamic where they're easily frustrated with each other, but they have become a family over the last 10 years. I think is something that a TV show could do very well, and like a movie would fail at.
Because you need a slow burn. It needs to be like a very slow burn reveal of whatever the mystery is at the end of the season.
Yeah, not to mention like this may go on forever. I hope it does, because there's still really not an end in sight, right?
No.
And we need like one-off episodes of like all the mini-series and dive into that, because I'm telling you, you're gonna love it, Maddie. There's so much good in those spinoffs.
Have you read all of them, Kristan?
Yes.
Oh, so good. Black Hammer 45. Come on.
Yeah.
Lee said, wait, is this sad? There are a lot of sad bits. But it's the kind of sad you would like, because it's very human problems. Like, they are superheroes, but they're dealing with very human things. Like you would love I think Lee would love Abe's backstory a lot because it's a superhero who doesn't have powers, right? He's just got good at hidden, and he's a golden age superhero in their world, but he aged out of it. He couldn't keep up with the new tricks. He couldn't keep up with the new style, and he just had to be done. And he tried, but he didn't have anything else. He was just good at punching things. He just wants to settle down, so he's actually happy here, like, for the most part. It's so interesting. Like, he's just, like, this old dude that's just like, I guess I'm in charge of you guys.
And he's, like, really, he's farming. He's straight up farming now. He's like, this is what I do. Like, I'm on a farm and I farm. Like,
yeah,
you know.
he's just happy. It's like, guys, I get that we're here, I understand, but, like, you could at least show up to dinner.
Yeah.
At least let me have my date, please.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
And
Him making dinner for everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like his whole, like, I don't know. I find his backstory the most interesting because there's elements from like 3 or 4 different classic superheroes that they all just kind of threw into this one guy. Because you got Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the whole reason he ends up getting involved is because he wants to go to the war, but he's too scrawny. And so he's basically got that Captain America vibe, but without powers. There's almost a little Batman in there, but like a good-hearted Batman. A kind-hearted Batman, I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lee, it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
You read it, and then come back, and we'll all do a review of the rest of the series. Jessica asked questions for you guys. What are some of the best spin-off series? Is the reading order important for those?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Just read it in publication order. I think that's the best way to do it.
I was gonna say if you go, I found somewhere a graphic. I think it's like the official Black Hammer reading order graphic that like was released by Dark Horse, on their blog, and yes, there is. So I don't know how to do it on here, on StreamYard, but I can do it on YouTube real quick. I can drop it in the comments.
Yeah.
Over on YouTube and do that because it's just the easiest way to read that, and I think it's an interesting way to read it. I've read through it that way too because basically you read through all that's in here, and then the first volume of both volumes of the trade paperback. So basically you read the whole main story, but then
and
he kind of
that's not
he
how I read
peppers it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, because Sherlock Frankenstein is the first one. Then he wants you to jump to Black Hammer 45, which I think is the most recent spinoff except for Justice League.
Was that, because was that after Quantum Age?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
In Quantum Age, it says to read 2 after 45. So it's like this whole thing. Here, I'm going to get to this video and actually drop it in there. But yeah, no, I think my favorite spinoff, I mean, like I already said, if you're looking for a fun one, is Black Hammer 45. It's a lot of fun. Not that Justice League's just a ridiculous fun thing.
That's really its own thing. Like, I don't think they'll ever go back to what happens within that. But that is cool because basically the Justice League and them switch places. Mm-hmm. So Justice League is stuck on the farm.
Yeah.
And they're doing the Black Hammer thing. But yeah, that was fun. I think Dr. Star maybe was my favorite one. They're all good.
Bad one. Yeah, I'm sitting here going, yeah, that one too. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, some of these have won Eisners and stuff, right? Or at least been nominated. Because I remember I had picked up, and then you told me like, hey, don't pick that up. Go back and read. I picked up one of the spin-offs. Maybe it was that one or Dr. Andromeda or something. And then I put it back so I could read everything else in order.
So good.
But yeah, I think anybody can be a fan. I think if you're not a superhero fan, you can be a fan of this. I think if you're a DC fan, there's enough in here that's like obviously inspired by. It's really good. And I wish we read more so I could talk more about it. We should just made it big.
Yeah.
Because now we're like, what, 25
We'll have to
minutes
do
in,
part
I'm like,
two.
It's good.
Part 2 is spoilers, and we'll really talk about it.
Yeah, I think we just do full read through with spoilers.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it
man.
looks like they've already. I mean, obviously they were going to do it, but they went ahead and announced the second Age of Black Hammer or World of Black Hammer Library Edition 2. So there will be another one of those,
Oh, nice.
which I didn't know we were getting. I assumed because the first one only has 2 miniseries in it, but
I'm gonna rub them all on my face.
yeah, they feel so good.
I support this.
There's a lot of
Hayden
people-
said, so a Batman that isn't a danger to children. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Freddie asked if for Elliot to catch up on the second or third library edition appear on camera. Elliot said he's streaming. Jessica said, I read through the whole main story because I just had to know, so I'm pumped for the spinoffs. I heard Lucy Weber was getting her own, but can't find confirmation.
I do not know. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'd be down with it. Like,
I need.
I want to know
everybody
more
to
about
have a
every
spin-off.
character.
Yeah.
I want to cosplay this.
Yeah,
I need a Black Hammer cosplay group.
I was gonna say which
that'd be
one.
cool.
Be pretty cool.
Let's see.
No, but I'm behind. But I was like drinking a gallon a day. So that's why. But this huge ass thing. Because I'm usually sitting here all day, so just one. I'll
Makes
drink.
sense.
Is it the big scary water bottle
Yeah, I got a gallon one too, just a kid.
that encourages you?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I'm behind this weekend, but, whatever. It's fine.
I mean, I don't drink water, even though I have it. I should. I need.
It's like
to.
all I drink.
Ooh. So yes, they have announced officially a Skulldigger and Skeleton Boy miniseries. Which have they released that already?
Yeah, that's come out.
Okay.
It just hasn't come out collected. It's coming
Right.
out, I guess. I don't know where the singles are because of all this. So
Right. And the Colonel Weird. I don't think that's come out.
no.
The Colonel Weird miniseries and a Barbalian miniseries.
Oh.
Originally scheduled
that'll
to
be good.
launch in Pride Month, but has been delayed due to the pandemic.
Is this series complete all in limited edition or library edition? And if so, are they the same size as the Lady Killer book or the Hellboy books?
Same size as Lady Killer and Hellboy because they're all libraries. It's not complete. We don't know if it'll ever end. So
Yeah. He's apparently
in.
open to like other people writing within that universe too. Which I don't want.
I don't want, but I also want more stories. So
Right. Jeff, I know you're out
Yeah,
there.
what can you do?
I know you're listening. Jeff, just quit everything. I know who pays your bills, like all the really well, actually Indie right now and Image, I guess too, but just do it. Just do it, Jeff. Just quit. Don't
Yeah.
write for the big 2 anymore.
quit all your other stuff. Just make all of this.
Just do Black Hammer. I'll single-handedly support you.
So, since we have time left, I guess we can talk about Tuesday releases. I know the guys have already talked about it, but I want to know what you all are planning on picking up on Tuesday.
I gotta get Wolverine. I'm going for Wolverine. And I talked to you guys, but I'm tempted by Green Arrow, so I may do that. I'm not sure yet. I'm very tempted. Steven's told me to do it.
And you've never read any Green Arrow, or have you read some?
No, none.
So
I'm curious.
Grell's run is very dark for Green Arrow. It's very like intense. I don't know. It's very 80s when it was written, but it's 80s in that like Frank Miller-rise everything way where it's all street crime. It's not very superhero-y. They move him to Seattle, which is actually one of my favorite choices that they've done with that character instead of Star City. It is, I mean, like I said, it's not my favorite run of his or of Green Arrow, but it's the best run of Green Arrow, hands down.
I may have to do it.
Yeah.
I may have to. Another thing I'm getting is called Be Gay Do Comics, which is by the people of the Nib. IDW is putting it out. I mean, you can. It's gay stuff, guys. Come on. And it looks awesome. So I'm stoked. Well, they talk about like Stonewall and like, I think there's some nonfictions. I don't know if it's all nonfiction. I think it may be.
Yeah.
So
Trying
that's
to find like
something.
the list.
Is Tea Dragon Tapestry actually? So I'm just looking at the in-stock trades releases.
not.
I know it's not matching.
That was
Okay.
delayed to October.
Okay.
Sadly.
I'm safe.
Yeah, but you're safe, so that's not sad.
Okay. Here we
Where
go.
do you guys usually check? We're looking at like releases.
The IST specific one is in the group.
That's what I'm looking at now.
That's what I'm looking at.
Do you want me to send you that in the chat, Maddie? So you don't have to hunt for it?
It's the
Yeah.
announcement at the top, if that
I'll
helps.
find it then, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm going to send it anyway, so I feel special. The private chat. Yeah, so I'm looking at it. I already have Spider-Man. I was going to buy it, but I traded somebody for it. Batman by Morrison is coming. I mean, I got to buy it. I think I'm going to end up picking up Cloak and Dagger because it looks so pretty. And I think that they're underrated characters.
Freddie said earlier I may dig that, but I don't know why I may dig that.
I don't know.
I've never read
Tell me
any
why.
of him. I've only ever watched, or I've watched this show. I've never read any Cloak and Dagger.
I've never actually sat down and read much. I enjoy the idea of the characters, and I just think it'd be cool. I don't know.
Well, maybe you can read that and let me know if I should buy it.
And just tell you if it's worth it.
Yeah.
I will do that. So yeah, I've got Green Arrow, but that's already pre-ordered and paid for. So it's I'm gonna read Ice Cream Man. I'm not picking it up, but I'm gonna read Ice Cream Man Volume 5.
That's a hoopla pick.
Yeah, because all of those are so good. If y'all haven't, I don't know if y'all have read them, but
I read the first trade. I really dug it, but I didn't go on, so I should go back to that.
Oof, it's so good.
Kristen, are you not going to pick up With Dog and Cat Everything is Fun graphic novel Volume 1?
Oh, that was the next thing I was going to tell you. I was picking up. 100%, yes.
I was like,
the cover is a dog and a cat and a fridge. I think there's a fridge, and
yeah, I know nothing except
I'm like, that's all I need to know. I'm in. It goes with my cat comics. That's all I need.
Number one. Jessica says Cloak and Daggers is dated, but I do love the ideas and themes they tried to weave in throughout there.
Okay.
Joe is picking up Spectre, Green Arrow, and Batman by Morrison.
Okay, cool.
Paul Baker says Morrison Batman Volume 3 is cool team-up issues with Oracle and Stephanie Brown as Batgirl, so instant buy. Okay, that's cool. Steven says Wolverine and Batman have to complete the Morrison stuff. And Eric says the only Batman books that matter for me this month are the deluxe editions of The Man Who Laughs and Demon Trilogy, as well as the Dini Omni.
Yeah, the Dini Omni. Jesus. Is that this week too?
Yeah. And Freddie says that it's it's about Cloak and Dagger. It's two runaway homeless kids fighting to defend people other heroes usually don't. A lot of social commentaries that were incredibly progressive for the time.
That does sound like something I'd like.
Probably.
Darn.
I'm excited. I would get Wolverine, but I may or may not have. So I recently, as you all know, but I don't know if YouTube knows, sold so many books to fund other books, and continue to do so. But I won in a trade that I did. I got the COVID exclusive Flat Spine Wolverine. Because you know what? I'm just going to say it. Flat Spine, not as good. Doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm like, you know what? I think it isn't as good, but I don't really care.
Yeah, no, it's not as good. But She-Hulk has a flat spine. I'm fine with it. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, JMS does.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Doesn't bother me.
So Hayden said, Kristen, you need to read Wonder Cat Q-Chan, and I need to read Superwoman in Love. Now, I'm looking up Superwoman in Love right now, set for release next year in April. And it looks pretty good, you guys. It's a manga, and it says, when the villainous Honeytrap defeats the superheroine Rabid Rabbit, she sees her nemesis' face for the first time and falls head over heels in love. Unable to kill oh my gosh, it's so hard to say. Rabid Rabbit, Honeytrap is cast out of her evil organization, her plan for world domination dashed. Now the two superwomen are teaming up to fight evil together. Can Honeytrap defeat her former colleagues and seduce the heroine at the same time?
Oh, wow.
That sounds great. I'm in.
Wow.
Oh no, I just found another one on the release list.
Don't. Oh,
what
no,
is it?
It's the True Life of the Fabulous Killjoys.
Oh yeah,
they're
that's
releasing
something
the
I'm
library edition.
Yep. I forgot about that one too. I'm getting that.
Oh man, it's only $30 or $40 too. So that's going to be way better on your sponsor, InStockTrades.com.
That's all right. 42% off. Well, 2 if you ordered last week like me.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that.
Freddie has confirmed there are cats in the Cloak and Dagger omnibus.
What?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Because Mary asked.
Thank you, Mary. That's all I needed to know. Oh no, I don't have that much money.
Eric asked, hasn't the new Junji Ito manga come out? I'd like to check it out, but I want to hear from you guys' review. Oh, Eric.
Eric, yes. We don't have it yet. It is a best of kind of thing, though. So there's some stories that were in some of the other ones, but there's also new stuff. It is still on InStockTrades.com until Tuesday for 45% off with our deal.
Yeah.
So check out the new releases. I saw this in person yesterday in a bookstore, and I felt it's very soft.
Ooh.
It's kind of like this. The cover's kind of like soft like this.
Nice.
There's also a ton of color pages, like more than any manga I own. There's a ton. It's pretty cool.
But yeah, we'll definitely review that. Oh, Freddie said maybe there's cats because the modern runs have had cats. Okay.
Oh, I see. Well,
Paul Baker says, I feel like an idiot for not knowing there were MCR comics until now. Do you mean comics by Gerard Way or specifically MCR comics?
there's not MCR comics. I
So-
would know.
So the
like-
Fabulous Live.
By Gerard.
What is it? Now I've already forgotten the name of it as I'm saying it.
Yeah, they did that album.
Yeah, so it's kind of a tie-in to Danger Days,
Okay.
but
Like, is it?
kind of. Yeah, it's like one of those like
They're not like in there.
they do say Killjoys make some noise, but that's about it. Also, I will say, y'all, just because everyone needs to know this, mowing the grass today. Old throwback playlist from like that whole generation came on.
Nice.
I just need to let you know, Dear Maria, Count Me In still slaps.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I'm with you. You know, I met Gerard Way in a street corner in St. Louis
hate
once.
you. I hate you.
He was lovely. I also, Mikey was also there, and Frank. I'm at the 3.
I
Man.
want to be a
They were lovely.
friend.
I wasn't
You
his
have-
friend, but I did meet him.
You have seen that meme that's going around right now of Robert Pattinson, like as Batman, that image where he has the eye makeup on, he's staring down, and somebody captioned it with, when he was a young boy, his father definitely took him into the city to see a marching band. Like,
That's great. I haven't
so
seen
good.
that. That's great.
I love them.
Elliot says, I've been watching for some time now, and not a single one of you touched a book to your faces. You came in late.
We were like quite rubbing them earlier. There
Yeah.
you go.
That was, like, the
That's for
first
you,
day.
Elliot.
Is doing anything for you, Elliot?
Hayden says that Elliot should come on camera and touch one to your face. I've been trying, you guys, to get Elliot on camera. And the boy won't do it.
Why not?
He's way funnier than me. Both of you can confirm. It's true. He should be here. It's way
I mean,
funnier.
we really do need to like release the world to Elliot and Reed in the same
I
room
know.
together. It's a lot. It's good.
Elliot, contain yourself.
Chris asked if the Killjoys linked to the TV show. Do you mean like Umbrella Academy?
No.
No, I don't think so. Y'all are gonna send me a deep dive into the soundtrack of my childhood. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Oh yeah, I am a 30-year-old man, and I still like felt so much emotion when Buried Myself Alive by The Used came on. I was like, yeah.
Oh, they used. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sugar Cult. Were you
Yep.
to Sugar Cult? Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
I went to the weirdest show you've ever heard of, which was Secondhand Serenade, opening for Hawthorne Heights.
Oh.
I
Wow.
was like, you don't know that about me yet. So my hair when I was in high school looked very similar to your hair now.
Oh.
Except I dyed it like fire engine red. I was not as big back then. I wore black cargo pants and the big tongue Vans
gosh.
and chain wallet. I
Oh,
was
those Vans.
seen-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had the little like wristband, the big cotton wristbands, but
Oh,
You know,
I
like-
had so many of those.
oh yeah, I didn't want to
I
be
did not
edgy
need
though.
them.
So a little edgy, but not too edgy.
Yeah.
So it said like Jesus is my homeboy.
Oh, nice,
Um,
nice.
Yeah, you know, it was what it was. I washed the dye out of my hair every day at school because my mom would get mad if she saw me because I was a rebel, but not too much.
Just the right amount of rebel.
I've destroyed all pictures.
So you liked Reliant K, is what I'm hearing.
Shut up. I may or may not have
Reed
seen
and I just
them.
went down a Reliant K rabbit hole the other day.
I may or may not have seen
great.
them 7 different times.
Of course you did.
I may or may not have hung out on a bus with Matt Thiessen for like an hour.
You must have done something right.
Shut up. I love you for that, but also that was very good. I do think we need to say as a disclaimer.
Did you catch
though.
that one?
Oh my god. I was gonna say hoops
done
you get it
with
again, but I
references.
didn't.
I dressed like a scene kid, and I did listen to MCR. But I was like, I mean, like, I super looked like a scene kid, but listened to like folk and indie music in high school, so it made no sense.
That makes you more emo, I think.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
into like Bright Eyes and Elliott Smith.
I mean, I
and
love
Sufjan
Bright Eyes.
Stevens and like all that stuff. But
Bright eyes,
still,
you guys.
right, like skinny jeans and high tops and bows in my hair.
That's great.
Oh
Classy.
no. It's so yeah.
Everyone. And
Can I-
Elliott be summoned.
Can I just say though, Mood Rings? That's a very problematic song.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
rough. It's a rough
Yeah.
re-listen where I'm just like, oh no, please
Oh,
don't
Joe,
generalize all
no.
women.
Don't feel old, Joe.
Joe, you're not old.
Oh man, Joe. Quick board game sidebar. I've been playing a lot of Gloomhaven. Thought about you, Joe. Next year, Joe, if JetCon will happen, I'll see you there. Steven said a girl I was seeing was MCR fan. Got dragged to see them 3 times live. They were okay live.
I mean, I
Use the
love
word slaps. I don't even know what that means. It means it's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's a bop,
great.
as the kids say.
Yeah.
Gloomhaven also slaps.
Is my jam. Yeah.
It is a
Okay. So
bop.
it's the same thing. Yeah, it
Yeah,
slaps.
yeah.
God.
I love you, Joe.
I've
Good
worked
people.
with teenagers too much. It's rubbing off.
I watch TikTok. That's how I know.
Yep.
Honestly, that's like I would not know anything going on if I didn't. I was on TikTok all day.
So that TikTok song, the like. I didn't know that was Jason
The-
Derulo. Yeah.
Well, no, he stole the song.
What?
Real?
It was-
Controversy.
Yeah, it's just like a Southeast Asia or like a shit. I feel like it's a Hawaiian song. It's like
Oh,
Pacific
no.
Islander, and
Jason.
then he added words to it and called it "Savage Love." Can you believe
No,
that, dude?
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
He apologized later and did some stuff, but everyone was like pissed.
But I love
TikTok
Jason. Oh,
drama.
no.
Right, coming
Jason.
from me.
No. I have to hold to thinking he's good because I mean there are obvious, but like Chris Brown's a piece of shit. But like
Oh,
Jason,
Yeah.
Jason,
It's
it
okay,
girl.
he didn't. They talked about it. Missing board game nights with human beings. Don't worry, Jessica. When this is over, you have to be my friend in real life. You can come on and play board games. My husband's probably like, Maddie, stop doing this. People you don't know. I'm like,
Stop inviting strangers.
friend.
At least they live near
I'll
you,
find
right?
you. You can come over. Yeah, it's somewhere.
Because you're trying to get me to drive like 8 hours when all this is over, and like we're not
Yeah.
that good of friends.
Yes,
I mean, we're just going to go to Heroes Con together, so.
Y'all, it's
we're
so
all gonna
good.
hang out
So-
for a weekend.
It's where I had lunch with Jason Aaron by accident.
Beautiful. Did you just sit by
Sat
him?
down
Okay.
with chicken fingers.
He looked
I was
like
hey, y'all.
chicken fingers.
That's
I
good.
was like, oh hey,
Let's
who are
have a
you
show
here
where
to see?
we decide what people probably eat. What's their shame meal? It's just like comic book artists and it's like, okay, Gail Simone likes Fazoli's. Or like, I don't know. I say Fazoli's, I forget, and everybody in the everywhere.
Her side is pizza slice.
interesting. She orders extra breadsticks.
Ooh,
Because who
don't we
doesn't order
all?
extra
Come on.
breadsticks? Jesse does not, just a social worker, not a serial killer. Promise. I wasn't scared of you. I figured you'd be scared of me. Me being like,
Be my friend.
I see your last name. Have we met? Oh no, Bobby. It's fine. Oh yeah, Lisa. Yeah. So at C2E2, we were eating breakfast and we ate pancakes next to right one booth behind Jim Lee while they were talking about all DC news, and then And I was like, whatever. And then Babs Tarr walked by. I have no chill. It is my goal. Not really goal. It's my curse to embarrass myself every year at C2E2 by Babs Tarr because I don't have any chill. So she walked by and I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I love you. You're so beautiful, Babs Tarr. She's walking. I'm just eating my breakfast. She's just trying to walk to probably her booth. And I meet her in person like, where do you buy your clothes? I think you're really pretty.
Wait, when she went by, did she react to you?
I think she just looked at me and laughed because it was just a random scream. It wasn't even close by her.
That's so good. I love that.
I'm like, she's the only comics creator I've ever had a negative experience with.
Oh,
I think she must have been having a bad day because everything
Tell
I've
me
heard
about
about
it.
her, she's great.
share it.
Well, no, I just walked up to the table and like was going to. I was like, "Hey, I love your work," and she was just like, "Thanks." I was like,
Oh.
"Shit." I was like, okay, thank you very much." She went, "Mm-hmm." I just like walked away. I was like, "Oh shit,
Ooh.
what did I do?" I literally walked up and was like, "I love your things."
It reminds me of the same people talk about Jenny Frisson. Because,
Oh yeah.
I heard so many horror stories about Jenny Frisson, and I've been such a big fan of her work since I got into comics because of Wonder Woman, because she got all the variant covers, and I was buying all of them. And so we finally got to see C2E2. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to meet Jenny Frisson. And when I would talk about her to other people, they're like, yeah, you don't want to meet her. I was like, what? She's really cold. Like, yeah, she's just not. And then, like, Faria said the same thing, and Omar said the same thing. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to still talk to her. I got to buy her, like, covers book. And she was super nice. We asked her about her hair, how she dyed. I mean, she was super nice to us, but then later everybody was like, it's because you guys are white, isn't it? I was like, no, it's not white. Don't spread that about her, but that was the big joke. Oh, there you go. What if Beth Parr is to white men what Jenny Frisson does to POC? We know. Maybe. I don't know.
Could be.
Lee was, he said, she turned and waved about Babs Tarr, but there was a screen between us and her. There's no way. And Lee said, I said it when I met Gail Simone the first time and shamed myself.
Mm-hmm.
I did linger very long talking to Gail and her husband. But her husband said it looked like Donna Troy, so...
You had to.
Yes. Yeah.
I did linger a little long with Chip Zdarsky because I was just like, "You're Chip Zdarsky." Like for some reason, he's one of the few that I was like, "Hi, you draw the sex book," like because it was him and Fraction where they're promoting Sex Criminals at that point, and best signature I ever got though I will say both of them because I had them sign my first trade because it was I don't really care I was like hey. I was going through lines, so they signed it, and Fraction wrote, I said, I don't care what you write, like, do whatever. And he wrote, fuck me, fuck this, fuck you, fuck this in its fucking ear. And then I handed it to Chip, and Chip signed it, God bless you and yours. It's the best
Perfect.
dual
That is
signing
so
I've ever
funny.
gotten.
Isn't Chip Zdarsky in the group?
Yep. I think so.
Weird.
I think I saw that.
That's so weird. Tinian was wonderful. Of course.
Yep.
He would
He's
be.
a blessing to human beings. He's amazing. I'm not even surprised.
He looked at me weird when I walked up, but like shocked, like he was excited because I walked up and I was like, I really like your work on Talon, and he was just like, no one knows what Talon is. I was like, I do, and I love it. Like,
Speaking of Talon, how pumped are you for the Gotham Knights game?
I lost my mind. I lost my
I
mind.
immediately thought of you. Because you have the owls, and I was like, oh, Steven's gonna lose his shit.
Oh, I'm a huge Batman fan since I was a wee babe, and somehow in 2011, all of a sudden they revolutionized Batman for me and gave me my favorite villain in the franchise. And holy shit, the Court of Owls is amazing. And I lost my mind. My partner just like watched me jump off the couch and scream at I did that like full like Triple H from WWE like muscle flex, like it was a scene. Y'all, you
Speaking of which, do you I mean, I don't know, like, Chris, I know you're not as into DCE, but did you watch any like the DCE fandom trailers and stuff? Or like
I
see
failed.
anything?
I failed.
Fine. There's some things I think you're gonna like. Well, one, there's a lot of King Shark this year, and I'm very happy about it. Just a lot of King Shark.
King
He's
Shark
just
always
great.
good.
He's a shark. That's it. That's all you need to know. He's adorable. But everything looks really good. Like Suicide Squad, legitimately,
Oh, I did see that,
very excited.
which is
for
weird
it.
because I haven't seen any of the movies. But I was like, I love half these people.
Yeah,
Like,
Nathan Fillion's in it.
yeah, and I was like, come on, what are we doing?
It looks so good. I think it's going to be really good.
I'm
I don't know
excited.
how they're
Woman,
gonna
I'm
fit all of
keeping-
those people in that movie.
They're gonna die. I think it's gonna be like a Deadpool
Gonna
deal.
die.
I no, like,
I was like, there's
seriously-
too many people that are
Not-
new coming to this
Not
movie.
everyone's making it.
That's fair.
I think Omar said like they're drawing a lot from like an existing Suicide Squad story. That there were a lot of deaths, so it's expected that probably a lot of them will die. I think King Shark will make it just because he's so popular now. Oh yes, Jessica, we do. I'm sorry. We need to add that to the list.
It's so good.
We've got to read Bombshells.
I'll do
Have y'all
it.
not read it?
No,
Holy shit, it's good.
I heard
It's
there's a lot
so
of
good.
making out.
It
That's
sounds
what
like Steven's
Jess
coming
told
back
me.
for that.
I really
Okay.
like it. I really do. I don't know. I thought it was great. I like some of the characterization in it. How'd you feel about, because I heard mixed reviews. How'd you feel about Kristen Wiig?
I love her.
Yeah.
I do too.
And I love her in serious roles, so I never doubted her for this role. I have said before, and I got a little bit of hate for it, that I'm not a big Cheetah fan. I think she's fine. To me, she's not like Wonder Woman's perfect villain. I know people try to push that. I don't agree. She run fast and claw things. That's what I see. To me, I'm like, that's Wonder Woman's got this. She's Wonder Woman's Superman level. Cheetah's gonna get her. I just don't. But I'm fine with her. I think the movie will be good. I'm keeping my expectations very, very low because I don't want to be disappointed. Because the first one meant so much to me. It created. I would not be here without the Wonder Woman movie. I would not be poorer without the Wonder Woman movie.
And they say movies don't convert comic fans. I think that's a lie.
No, it did.
I think it happens all the time.
Wonder Woman and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 got me into comic books.
And I don't know how movies couldn't. I mean, look at culture now. Like,
Yeah, totally.
how can they claim that?
Well, people say it all the time, though, right? They're like, "Oh, these movies aren't getting people to comic shops." I'm like, I think they
That's not
are.
true.
I think they really are.
So many of my friends are into comic books now, like actually reading them because of the movies. Well, and because I have no chill. So then I'm into things. I'm like, you guys could
Right.
all read this too.
Like, I never got into comics because of comics. Like, that's not the first thing that I don't know anybody who like comics was their first foray into comics. For me, it was Batman the Animated Series.
Mine was.
Okay.
Like, our dad's
Mine
into
was just
comics,
because of my
too.
dad. Yeah.
Okay. See, my dad didn't do the comic thing, so like, I didn't really do the comic thing either until I was like 10 years old and a shop opened up near us. But until then, like, it was all TV shows. It was the X-Men series and X-Men Evolution. Don't come at me,
So
internet.
good. No, it's so good.
If
So
it
good.
weren't for Evolution, we wouldn't have one of my favorite characters, which is X-23.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that show and like even like Static Shock and like, I don't know. I was very into any superhero show. And like that got me into it. So I think movies it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And now that like a lot of comic stores are more accessible, I feel like that helps too. Not all of them. Kristen's sucks.
Yeah. Gosh.
I have one in town that I enjoy going to, but like it's getting a lot better for a lot of places.
People aren't as snooty anymore. It still
Yeah.
happens, as you just said. But yeah. They're like, oh, women are here? Good. Most shops do that now.
See,
Yeah.
Instead of being like, why are you a woman here?
like, and I guess I'm spoiled because I live in Charlotte and we have heroes like here in town, but like over half of Heroes staff is women. And so like, to me, I'm just like, why would people
Wow,
react
a girl
that way?
working in a comic book store? That's so cool. We don't have any of that in town.
That's
I
so,
was a girl who did that at ours, and it was not a great experience.
Sorry.
Oof.
so interesting because like they know a fuck ton more about comics than I ever would. Like they're the chillest people to sit and talk to. Like every employee there, not just the women, but like I don't know how anybody would still think that, but
Yeah, if we had more of a queer focused or like more diverse comic book store in town, I would gladly work part
Yeah.
in addition.
No, I'm
to
with
my
you.
Job
Like,
because I would love to.
The next time you're in St. Louis, anyone watching, Star Clipper is an amazing comic shop in St. Louis. I feel like everyone there's gay.
Oh, let's
I'm
go.
not positive, but I'm pretty sure. They're just great, and they're really inclusive, and they have like the coolest things on the shelves that you don't see anywhere else, like small creators, and it's great.
When this is over, I just want like a weekend getaway. Like,
Me
college
too.
trip.
Yeah.
Go be gay in the streets or something. I don't know. Let me
Gay in
look
the
at some of
streets.
these comments. Kristen looks fine in her cheetah form, but I don't know how I feel about her human form. I was worried she wasn't going to turn into a cheetah at first. I was like, I mean, she looks fine, but like, is she not going to do the thing? And Clark Hill's comments the best one. Magnus are real cheetah and cheetah girls. Yes.
Yeah.
Now put the cheetah girls together. That's
Oh.
the enemy. That's
2020, guys. Let's do it. That's what we need. Cheetah Girl reunion.
Sure. The comic book shops can be real jerks because movies drew them in, so they always could pick up trades in bookstores. That's because comic book stores need to do a better job, like, advertising themselves. A lot of them don't know how to do it well.
True.
Not most of them. Most of them don't know how to do it well.
That's very true.
Well, so many are like, hey, it's almost exclusive. Whereas like one of the ones here in town is very like open with like, please bring your kids and like, let's find a book that works for them. And like, let's make this like a thing your family does together. And like, I don't know. I think that's how you get people in.
Yeah, make it a community oriented.
Yeah.
Man, I want to run one now. But I want to run like a bookstore where you have like recommendations, you know? A lot of bookstores don't do that.
Steven's like, I bought all the books for it. Let's do it.
Because I think between the three of us, we have enough to just throw on shelves and start selling.
True.
Let's go.
Eric says, I got into comics. Sorry, it covers Kristen's face. I got into comics the second I left the theater from seeing The Dark Knight Rises. And boy, was it overwhelming to see different continuities and heroes. I was 12 at the time, so even more crazy. Yeah, that's hard. So unless you have a comic book store that can really guide you well and not in like a pretentious way, it can be really difficult. Like, if I did not have Omar, I would not know where to start with anything. And I was getting in as Rebirth was starting, so I was very lucky that I had a good starting point and then I could go back. But that's tough. You have the right like mentor. Comics are not easy to jump into unless it's like indie stuff where it's just one series.
It's true.
Father brought comics home to me one day after work. Fantastic Four 250. That's really
Nice.
cool. See, I started on manga. That's what I grew up on. And man, your parents will buy any manga because they're like, oh, it's just cartoons. And I'm like, well, this is Love Hina, and all these women are naked 80% of the time in a bathhouse. And no one stopped me. Like Kurosawa Corpse Delivery Service.
Oof.
I was too young.
Not
No
for
one
kids.
stopped me. No one checked anything.
They're
I was
cutting all
doing.
kinds of body parts off in that thing. Like it's
And they're naked.
yeah.
And from a Catholic household, the naked part is worse than the violence, according to, the South. Are those titties? No. Oh, they're dead? That's fine. Violence?
They're dead. It's cool. But they have to be dead and clothed.
Oh yeah.
The only comic store I've been going 10 years since Miles Morales first came out still treats me and my sister like trash. Only one game. How dare
Don't go there.
I hate that. That's
I'll
terrible.
Mary, there's nothing like being gay in the streets.
The best.
Now it's COVID, so I'd be gay in my house.
You can go to the street, just wear a mask. Be gay in a mask.
I'm in Kentucky. I can't be gay outside. I'm gay on YouTube. And in my very sapphic room with just like pictures of ladies and
This is
armor.
as far as I can go in the South. I'm just like, and even then I'm like, oh, I'm going into a hardware store. Okay, better put that down. Like, I'm not trying to get hammered.
I work with school-age kids, and maybe a few started reading comics because of all the movies over the past decade or so. We're talking a few out of hundreds. That to me, that's still good.
That's something, yeah. Better than it used to be.
Mm-hmm. At least now we have like I think DC and Marvel putting out those like kid grade like young adult novel or graphic novel books is the perfect way, because you hear about higher ups from DC that are like, oh, why would we go to Scholastic Book Fair? Why would we do this? You get the kids in an early age, they will continue to buy as they get older. It's just common
Definitely.
sense. Get them hooked then, So then they're like us, adults with money, who continue to buy these things.
Well, and they're in like
Me.
every library.
Yeah.
They're perfect for it.
I think that's why the film was initially delayed. Cheetah had to be fixed after the Cats movie.
Release
And
the
Lee
butthole cut.
says the best Wonder Woman villain is Chester the Cheeto Cheetah. Can't get the orange dust out of the goddamn lasso of truth. Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
Midtown Times Square is my home away from home. Well, pre-pandemic days.
Nice.
Yeah. The power Maddie felt as an 11-year-old hiding titty books in plain sight. It's hilarious. Oh, man. Those DC, Wyatt, and Kids Style Scholastic fairs are helping a lot. Yeah, I think so, too. And I love them. I like picking them up.
Yeah, I would have grabbed those at a Scholastic fair. Looking for real. And the covers are great.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends in the early 80s introduced me to Marvel and the X-Men, especially Iceman. The rest is history. Man, yeah. Luckily, I think cartoons helped me a lot growing up. Like with X-Men, X-Men Evolution, Spider-Man, Static Shock, like all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I just grew up with Marvel stuff. That's weird. Oh, I guess like the
Justice
Batman
League,
Beyond,
Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Batman Beyond. Ooh,
So good.
so
So
good.
much fan fiction I read for Teen Titans and X-Men Evolution.
Oh, X-Men Evolution all the
I
time.
love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so much.
I watched the first episode the other day. It holds up.
I think it's still good.
Yeah, I watched some the other day and I was like, no, I still like this. But if I didn't like it back then, I don't know that I would like it now.
Yeah. I like it because they do regular stuff.
You go to school, slam lockers,
Yeah.
get
They
in
like
fights.
each other. And, romance happens. And Rogue is goth. Like, that's
You're so goth. It's so good.
all
It's
we
so
ever
good.
needed.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just goth.
yeah. I love it.
I'm just trying to contain my feelings.
Kevin Smith Clerks got me into comics. I think that's great.
That's
It's
not embarrassing. No.
It's not embarrassing at all.
Yeah,
It's
I
great.
love Kevin Smith. It's great. Most of the DC young adult books aren't aren't for me, but I hope they continue to expand that line and get into more schools and libraries. Those have gotten me into comics way earlier than I did. Yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
And that's why I got into manga so early, because it was just really accessible for me.
Hmm.
Because there's a lot I could read from that. And I think when they're in that format, it's better for younger people. I just like reading graphic novels anyways. They're just thick. They're just that
Yeah.
perfect size, and they read well. It's easier
Mm-hmm.
to carry around than a big comic book. That's why.
Well, the best part about these two is you can jump in and not know anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not that barrier that's
Absolutely.
usually created with any of the big two, right?
Yeah.
That's why I like them.
Justice League and Justice League Unlimited came out when I was a little bit older, but man, that's some good DC. Yes. And I was rewatching some of that recently. A lot of those are really good.
Yeah. That whole Bruce Timm universe is really, really good.
Mm-hmm. My uncle bought all those DVDs for those Justice League cartoons. He really enjoyed them, but not for me. That's fair.
Yeah.
And Freddie says the Question Huntress dating in JLU is still my favorite couple. That's really interesting. Drew
Huntress.
B asked an interesting question. I think it might be different for me than the other two, but you can only do one for the rest of your life: comic books or video games. That's a good
Comic
question.
books, yeah.
Video games.
Oh no, what do I choose? Oh god. This is like that scene in Air Bud where my two dads are standing on either side calling to me and I have to choose who to go to.
When are we going to do our Airbud podcast?
Air
Ooh,
Buddies?
tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow.
The Airbud movies.
I would
So
do that.
I would so do that. That'll be on my channel later.
That's so hard. I don't know if I have an answer for that.
Well, this is perfect then, because I'm like comics, Maddie's like video games, you're in the middle.
Video games mean so much to me. If I couldn't play Suikoden again, and Final Fantasy, I'm
makes
such a big
sense.
JRPG fan. I couldn't let go.
And for me, it's like if I couldn't go back to those 90s platformers that I just play mindlessly, but I loved so much, like Yoshi's Island and a lot of Mario stuff and Castlevania. I don't know.
Lee.
Booger Man.
Dad left me a pack of rubbers, a Crunch Bar, and a copy of Ultimate Spider-Man 81 on my bed when I was 16. I feel like that's something that, oh shit. What's his name would say in The Breakfast Club. I feel like that could be a speech by him.
Smoke up, Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Also, Crunch Bar is something I haven't thought about in a long time. That sounds real good right now.
That sounds really good. White chocolate Crunch Bars. You remember those?
Oh, guys.
I would eat around the letters.
So long. That sounds so good.
I would eat around the letters and eat those last.
Are you almost done with that so that you can send me a picture of you eating Arby's? Like the day
I
you
forgot.
quit?
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, tomorrow.
I may be looking at DoorDash to see if they deliver
Today's my
stuff at
last
11.
day.
Vegan at Arby's.
I don't
Tell us
know.
about your Arby's order.
God.
I can't even remember. Oh, we're talking about the Arby's Twitter, where it's like...
Nihilist Arby's, yeah. Where it's like, there
it's
is no
always-
hope, everyone will die that you love. Eat Arby's.
It's a whole Twitter like that. And I was like, you know what? I could go for some Arby's. And so I was like, when this is over, I'm going to get some Arby's. I'll send you some food of me eating Arby's.
That's great.
I don't know if my body can handle Arby's right after.
Curly fries.
No, you'll die.
I compared to what I've been eating, I think, yeah, it'll kill me.
I did like a 2-week cleansing, like eating thing, and the first thing I ate back was a McDonald's cheeseburger, and I spent 3 days dead on the couch.
Well, that's like artificial, though.
Yeah.
I don't think that's real food.
But it's so, there's something about it, though.
Can't do it.
Long Halloween is getting a 2-part movie next year. That'd be cool. Anything DC animated movies. So
I'm very
good.
into that.
Chris chose video games because we wouldn't have Aloy then. Yeah. Well, she's in comic books now. That's happening. So we can have her either way. So it'll be okay. I know we're running over, but a couple more questions. Between Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa, DC is holding all of the cards in the learn something new about myself type situation. Ain't nobody discovering tingling in their sheets about Mark Ruffalo. I'm waiting for Lee to show up and be like, speak for yourself.
That seems a little anti-Mark Ruffalo.
Zero, I feel like you're trying to troll about that comment, but I'll be honest with you. I love Batman Returns. I love all those Batman movies. Are my favorite. Kiss from a Rose by Seal's my favorite song. I'm not joking. I am not joking. It's because of the Batman movies. I'm playing it at my wedding. There's going to be a string quartet cover of Kiss from a Rose.
That sounds right. Yeah. Cool.
I don't have anything to say.
He could ruffle Milo.
Nice,
As a
Elliot.
joke, Elliot is not intimate. Let's see. I was
Yes.
not a fan of those comic cartoons back in the day, with the exception of X-Men Spider-Man. I did not watch every episode, but it seems the Spider-Man cartoon was at least trying to adapt. I like the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yep.
I had a PC game where you can make your own comics with it or something.
Lee, everything you just said about David Harbour, yes.
David Harbour's so good.
Yeah, that's the reason I want to watch the Black Widow movie. I didn't want the Black Widow movie. Honestly, I was like, no. I don't want this. This is not what I asked for. I'm not
Very
interested.
intense
She
about
seems
it.
very nice. I don't want a movie about
I
her.
mean, Scarlett Johansson has some issues, but we don't have to go into that.
I was like, I don't want a movie about her. And then they released that trailer, and I was like, okay, fine. This looks
Okay,
really good.
David.
It's got David Harbour and Florence Pugh. So now I'm like, all right.
I'll be there.
Yeah. I love both of them.
Yeah. I love your real big coat. I assume it's a real big fish thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we talk about Ska.
We love Black Hammer. It was great.
Yes.
The end.
And I was gonna say, and I don't want to bring your show down, but should we all just like, at the end, like pour one out for our good friend Chadwick
Yeah.
Boseman,
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever.
I didn't want to get emotional about it, so I didn't want to say.
Yeah, just acknowledging we should all love him.
Yeah. We're all
Of
bummed.
course.
Sad loss.
And I have really appreciated all the discord on Twitter afterwards, talking about the importance of invisible illnesses and disabilities and being able to be open about them. and
It's a
not
huge
judging
thing.
people. Yeah.
I love that that's coming out of it. That really adds to his legacy.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully
absolutely.
this will help change something.
And speaking of your sponsor, finally, In Stock Trades, go buy Tanahashi Coates' run on Black Panther, y'all.
Yes,
like,
I did.
it
It's over
is
here somewhere.
phenomenal. It has so much to say about race and society, and it is amazing. And if we keep pushing this hero and people realize how good he is, like, please. There's not a single Black Panther omnibus
Yeah, it's a bummer.
in the world.
It's crazy.
Freaking bummer. Anyway.
I hope that will change.
I think that was kind of the idea it would when the next movie dropped. Everyone was kind of guessing that they would, because, like, I remember Omar saying, talk to Dave, and he's like, yeah, we never knew. We had no idea this would be as popular as it was. If they had known the success Black Panther would be, they would have released him. They would have made some.
Yeah.
So, with that, it's time for all of us to jump off here, go watch Lovecraft Country. I just want to say it's just really nice to hang out with you guys on Sunday.
Especially you,
know?
Steven. Thank you for coming
Yeah.
back. No offense, Maddie. I'm just thanking him
Well,
for
it's okay.
I talk
Kristen,
so
I know
much. though.
Kristen's one of my talk
Yes.
soulmates. I know she loves
Yes.
me. I don't have
Of
to hear
course.
it all the time.
I love both of you. And I love our fabulous sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you should get some Black Panther.
Sorry, I just saw Reed's comment.
I didn't even see it. Gotta go. Reed's making food.